My name is Dr. John Hall. I am the CEO and co-founder of Greenwood Hall. Education is the solution to our problems, and that's why I'm here. See, our education system was built with something much different in mind. It was built for our mindset 200 years ago when we were an agrarian society. And it was built to give a basic form of education so people could be good citizens to a relatively homogeneous population and to the vast majority of people who were just going to be farmers. It didn't matter. And if you were wealthy, if you were elite, if you were smart, if you were in the right place at the right time, if you were one of the elites, you would go on to college and be a doctor, a lawyer, whatever it is, okay? The problem with that is our society has changed, and it's changed significantly. The type of positions that we're trying to educate for have changed. We have a very diverse, multicultural society, and we have people, a lot of people, that can learn and learn differently. I wrote a book on autism, okay? A lot of people, there's a lot of talk about autism and what that is, a lot of awareness about it. But one thing that I find when I talk to people about it who aren't aware of it is they have a lot of misconceptions. They're stupid, they can't learn. You know, I've even heard the retardation word come out, and it's still used in 2014. The point is that these kids can learn, and they do learn, but they learn in a unique fashion. And if we don't cater learning to their needs, they're not going to learn. And that's the problem with our education system, is we know from all the research that students don't learn the same way. But the education system that's been around for 200 years is an assembly line. It's not a personalized system. And there are a lot of interests that have kept the education system from adopting new technology, new techniques. But we're at a place now where, number one, a lot of people are fed up because it's gotten really bad. We are way down there in the list of developed countries in terms of the quality of our students, the educational capability, the educational attainment of our population. Only 41% of our population has a bachelor's degree. And only 55% of kids that go to school, that go to college, graduate within 6 years. The rest of them, they don't. They all have student loans, but they don't graduate. And in many ways, higher education is just the same thing. It is an assembly line. It's teaching people things that they don't necessarily need to know, that aren't necessarily relevant. So when I talk to a lot of employers are having serious trouble hiring the people they need. So people are getting fed up, but there's something else. And the other issue is that it's not sustainable. We can't pay for it with the results we're getting. But there's something bigger, and that bigger thing is the technology genie is about to explode. The consumers of education, all they know at this point, for the last 20 years, is the internet. And they've grown up on technology. They want technology, they need technology. They're demanding it. So for the first time, consumers have a word. Consumers, students, have a word in terms of how they're going to be educated. Secondly, technology is just way too powerful at this point. It can do too many things. Collaboration, sharing, adaptive learning, mobile applications, you name it. It cannot be controlled any further. And we know that technology, teachers are amazing, and teachers are absolutely needed. I'm not saying that. But we know that technology today is better at determining how individuals learn and how they should be taught specific lessons. And even the best teacher in the world, if she or he has 30 kids, can't determine on every lesson how Sally or how James needs to learn. And that's where technology becomes very powerful. So all of you, many of you, are involved in technology startups, and you've created some amazing things. And many of you have an interest in technology. Education technology from a financial standpoint is huge. There is so much VC and so much support for it, it's unbelievable. And the support is there because there is such a huge need. We spend $1 trillion in this country a year on an education system that is largely broken. The world spends $4 trillion. And the world is adopting a lot of this technology because they don't have the infrastructure, they don't have the interests and all the infrastructure that's built. They're starting from scratch. So there's a tremendous opportunity for many of you who are in technology to look at how your technology can really change things. How can we have students collaborate more? How can we have them engage more? How can we make technology more exciting? I want students to be so excited about their education and learning that they're going online like it's Candy Crunch, going on their phone like it's Candy Crunch, or Words with Friends, or whatever the top thing is today, right? That's gamification. We know that people learn with gamification. We know that people can be engaged and can have good outcomes if they have a link. So what Tasha was just talking about has an incredible education application, because one of the big problems we have, if you look at our graduates, if you look at our college graduates, 50% of them are working jobs that they don't need a degree for in the first place. So that $40,000 on average that they've taken out in student loans is for naught, essentially. So you guys can change the game. And if you look at it, a lot of students in education, whether it was Mark Zuckerberg at Harvard, whether it was the student that almost took the University of New York's system down because they were having such trouble finding what courses had availability, so they wrote a script to monitor it, whether it is the student that built an app where if someone feels that they're going to be sexually assaulted, they can be pinpointed by campus security. It's the students, it's our young people that are coming up with these innovations and changing. They're taking control of their educational experience. And that's something that absolutely needs to be encouraged, and that's something that all of you are empowered to pursue. The time is ripe. If you're in this because you want to make a lot of money, the time is ripe in education. If you're in this like most of us, I would like to make money, but if you're in this like most of us because you want to help people and you want to help students and you care about our education system, this is a way to do that. And think about education holistically. It's not just about kindergarten. It's not just about college. It's about career training. It's about career schools. It's about corporate training. A lot of corporations aren't paying for people to get MBAs anymore because they find it to be useless and expensive. What they are paying for is technology that focuses on practical learning experiences that provide competency. Because in our day and age and where things are going, education is about competency. It's not about regurgitation of facts. It's not about tests. It's about teaching individually, and it's about gaining competency. So you guys are on the front seat here, and a lot of you have some very powerful tools that you really can look at applying to education, and I really encourage you to look at that. And those of you who are looking at a startup, this is the place to be. And you guys can make a huge difference in reforming the education system and in helping people learn. So with that, thank you very much, and good luck to all of you.